So I would say that my overall iPad experience has been a positive one. My students have seemed more engaged with the course. They seem also to be enthusiastic about using the device whenever possible. And of course, with that, there are ups and downs. For example, they like to play games whenever possible, but at the same time, if they can add to the general discussion in the classroom, they don't hesitate to do so. Couple that with the use of apps like Pearl Trees, which allows me to sort of map out what would otherwise be a rather convoluted thought process. I would say that overall I've just had a really positive experience. Thanks.
Good morning, Esther. Students have been able to use worksheets on their iPads. Students have been doing group work and lab work this week using their iPads. Interactive tutorials have been used. We've even been able to record what we see on the microscope. And the best, student videos.
Away from the midline body.
Using the iPads in class has made note-taking and doing projects much more efficient. I'm able to get a lot more things done in a shorter period of time, and I'm also able to interact with my teachers and the other students much more quickly.
Hi Brendan, let's talk 3 things that excite me about the iPad. Here's Brainscape. On Brainscape, students make flashcards and rate how well they know them as they study. They get a visual representation of just how much they know. This encourages them to always reach higher. Ooh, I mastered this deck more than you did. The teacher gets the same list. You can know when your students studied and how much they know. For short form writing, there's always blogs. I like EduBlogs. EduBlogs is a great software package because the teacher retains full control over the student's blog. Blog posts are always public unless you set them otherwise, and this keeps students serious. Finally, the iPad has these digital sock puppets. Nuff said.
That's interesting. I still don't know if I'm convinced. I disagree.
Hey Mark, it's Ben. Just wanted to give you an update on the iPad. In band, we're using the app Fourscore to allow us to not use as many copies. We're also playing music through the iPad, through our speakers, to learn the music quicker. In speech and music appreciation, the students are taking notes using the iPad. We're using the iPad's camera to record speeches. We're using GarageBand as well for the music appreciation course. We're always looking for new ways to improve, and I just want to thank you for everything that you're doing for us.
This is a day in the life of Ann Clogan's iPad. I start every class by taking attendance on my iPad. I usually remember to do it, otherwise I get an email from Nancy. I post my homework to Edmodo every day to all my classes, as well as other important announcements. French 2 took a quiz on Socrative today. They all got 100. French 1 is working on a project that they had to put into a video type format, and they were pretty creative. This is my textbook that I project on the smartboard every day via the Apple TV. We do fun internet searches from time to time when certain words come up in class. And lastly, I have students submit work. This student forgot to write it out on a separate sheet of paper and submitted it via text.
Having the iPad to Strike has been pretty helpful. I'm able to keep all my notes in one place, so I don't have to have a whole bunch of notebooks, and that also frees up space in my backpack, making it lighter. Also, typing notes on the iPad is a lot faster, for me at least, than writing actual notes, so that's nice. And it's also cool that I can back up all my notes that are on my iPad, so in case something happens, I still have those notes. And overall, I really like the iPad, having them in class.
It is stardate 91297.35. We have just entered our 3rd week of the experimental version of the iPad instruction at Strake Jesuit College Preparatory. It has gone pretty good so far. I've already given an exam on the iPad. We have had two sessions with homework given on the iPad, one with mastering biology and mastering physics. The kids seem to like it pretty well. I told the parents on parent night that this was a new adventure for me in the last 8 to 10 years when I first got here. It was the first time that I had ever used a smartboard, and so I'm pretty excited about the iPad and all of its uses. One of my ultimate goals for this year, at least, is to try to make my class 100% paperless.